This is a quick video to introduce the SCAF dataset aggregator, and it's just this little website. At the time of recording, this is the URL, but it might change in the future. I am Jan. I am the maker of this website. If you're interested in my face, here I am. Hello. So this website was made as part of the mapping theme for SCAF. You can find more information here. But essentially, it was found that in a workshop in 2024, I believe, the SCAF community makes a lot of data, and that it would be very useful if this data could be put all in one place and made searchable. And that's what this website is. So it is currently maintained by Rachel Norman and Laura Hag very kindly. This website, let me show you an example. So you can search, there's a big search bar, and you can find various data sets. So for example, this one, each data set will have a page with some information and some links. And that's what this website is. It's a place to put information and links relating to data. It is not a place to upload the data. That's an important distinction. But what that allows, let me search for the biobank. It is possible to submit data sets that are not publicly available. So for example, in this case, this is a fantastic data set, but it's full of personal information. So it's not publicly available, but it's available on request. Now, the other important part is that any SCAF member can submit to this. And it's quite easy, and I'll get onto that later. So in the future here, you might be able to find data found by some master's student, let's say. So this is fresh out the oven, so there's a good handful of data sets here, but it will grow in the future. I'll give you a quick tour, but I think you know what a search bar is. There's some filters that might be useful to you. So if I want to find stuff about families, I can search for family. And the filters are quite interesting. You have quite a lot of control over the results. So for example, let's say I wanted data sets that are only from Scotland and Greece. So the results have to be either from Scotland or Greece. Maybe it has to be about chickens. I think you get the idea. The results themselves. Oh, I guess there's no results for chickens in Greece. If you have no filters and no keyword whatsoever, you're going to get every single data set present. But if you want a more compact list, you can just look here. And if you want information about how to contact us, there's this about page. So it will be always underneath the big title. So if you need to contact the moderators for any reason, this is the email to go to. If there's technical issues, maybe you might want to include me in as well. And then there's this interesting part. So as I said, anybody can submit to this as long as it relates to SCAF. So let's have a quick look. Submitting is fairly easy. Let me open here. It's just a Google form, and it's fairly short. It will be 4 pages, even though at the bottom it says 8. Don't trust that. If you're unsure whether you can submit or not, I've got a lot of guidance for you. So here we have this section about legality, and there's this quick choose your own adventure sort of document, which will take you only the things that you need to know. So it checks whether you need for GDPR and maybe UKRI rules. And it's fairly quick to read through. If you're not sure about how to digitize your data, maybe it's on paper, you can find this document here. If you are unsure on how to upload it to places, as I said, we do not store the data. It has to be present somewhere else, and then you link to it. If you don't know how to upload it to GitHub, for example, that's a good place. There's also this guide. but that's all quite boring. If you want to submit a dataset, as I said, there's 4 pages usually. There's 3 pages of boring things, and then there's this interesting part where you'll be putting the dataset title. So let me show you what's a good example. Food Standards Scotland Animal Welfare Data. So in this case, somebody put a title here, and that's what it came up as. And you're just going to insert this information. So the keywords, how shareable it is, the abstract, which also appears in the search results. And most importantly, these also are other pieces of metadata. Contact information, of course. But the part I'm interested in is the long description. It's this part. So here you can type a lot. I know it looks like a single line, but you can type a lot. It probably is the case of you should type in a Word document and then paste it in. But actually, there's a little oddity about this. So as you can see here, you have things in bold, you have bullet points, but you cannot write them here. I'm pressing Ctrl B and nothing happens. Unfortunately, you cannot write a rich text, is what it's called. But there's some guidance here. You essentially will write in a special format called Markdown. So if you go on a website like this, you can write your pretty text the way you want it. So let's say I have this in bold, and I say 1, hello, 2, bye. I can write it in its formatted form. I can copy it and paste it in. And this will be visible in the website with the bold and the bullet points. But that's the only strange thing about submission. The rest is all very straightforward, and it should not take too much time, I promise. Another form is in case you want to change something that's already on the website. So if you go to submit/amend, there's this amendment form where you can ask for something to be changed or to be removed. So let's say that I made a data set and then there's some errata. That's how I would deal with that. But for everything else, you can contact the moderators at this email. So I really hope people submit lots and lots of data sets. I would love to see what people put in here. If you're not sure about whether you can submit, you can ask questions. But that's all. Thank you so much for your attention and have fun with this website.